Company background Axiata. Axiata Group Berhad is located in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. It is known as TM International. Was established in year 1992. Axiata also listing in Bursa Malaysia. In year 2017, Axiata Supplier Awards winner are Cisco, Watch Data Technologies, and Huawei. Axiata Group Berhad is one of Asia's biggest telecommunication groups. More than 25,000 people work for the company. Our vision is to connect business with talents and to improve people's lives through better jobs. With over 240 million users, we are one of Asia's largest networks. We coverage across Malaysia, Indonesia, Sri Lanka, Bangladesh, Cambodia, Myanmar, Thailand, and Pakistan. Celcom in Malaysia, SL in Indonesia, Dialog in Sri Lanka, Robi in Bangladesh, Smart in Cambodia, Idea in India, and M1 in Singapore are the brand names of the company mobile subsidiaries in associated. Dato' Izzadin Idris, Managing Director of Axiata Group. What is staffing organization challenge in Axiata? New techniques such as work from home, remote work, and human resource management activity done online such as recruiting, training, and employee evaluation. Employee shortage. When there is a labor shortage, current workers will rules and tasks expand, which leads to errors and other shortfalls, and has a negative impact on individual efficiency and organization performance. Loads of work. Someone who previously had to manage 4 tasks is now dissatisfied because they have been assigned an additional 4 tasks because someone else is no longer performing their duties.
Assalamualaikum, hi everyone. My name is Amir Najmi Anand. I will represent staffing model, framework, theories, and human resources planning for Axiata Group. Staffing model, framework, theories, definition. Staffing model are collection of report, chart, and graph that are used precisely monitor work activity, determine the number of man hours required, assess how employees use their time, and calculate expenses. In healthcare industry, staffing model are used to forecast using predictive analytic methodologies. Axiata is committed to acquiring and forecasting their greatest individual as well as advancing their careers. A talent pool of future industry and company leaders. The skill pool is given a lot of room to grow. Talent is matched to a session profile and program for each employee level. The talent management team of Axiata Group is entrusted with finding qualities individuals who are capable and motivated to live up Axiata standard. To guarantee employee certification, their talent is groomed through powerful talent development program, continuous employees engagement, attractive performance based on reward, and the provision of the safe and healthy work environment. Axiata workforce development strategies are also targeted towards empowering employees to respond to the fast-changing client demand and work progresses. Next is human resources planning. Human resources planning is a method is determining a company existing and a future human resources requirement in order to fulfill its objective. Human resources planning should act as a link between the human resources management and alignment with the organizational strategy. One of the most intriguing efforts at Axiata Group has been continued development of a leadership talent pipeline that include over 120 senior talent as a future successful across the C-suite. This initiative is based on Axiata, the new triple core strategy, which include revisiting into adjust digital companies and developing an infrastructure business in addition to its main telecom business. As a result, it is more vital than ever to evaluate the talent pipeline to gain a better picture of employee future capabilities. What Axiata aspire is to achieve with this insight is the ability to tailor their growth plan to better meet their potential, thereby correctly and effectively utilizing everyone's asset. According to Datin Badrunisa, Chief Talent Officer of Axiata Group says, with a balance being planning soon, because not everyone was able to meet a first date. Axiata initiative in the staff training and development have increasing depend on the digital e-learning to foster for MAD or MAD culture among their employees. This platform, which include following, have made education accessible to most of their employees across the region. Internal knowledge network on system to allow subject matters specialty across the group to share their knowledge. Staff can use as an individual e-learning technology to create a suitable learning program.
Hi, my name is Muhammad Zikri Zakaria. Okay, and I will share about Axiata Berhad job analysis and recruitment and selection process. Job analysis is one of the crucial process that is need to be done by HR. Job analysis is a systematic process of gathering information about certain positions, and it is including some of the requirements for the positions such as skills, knowledge, roles, duties, and etc. Job analysis also is an outline about how the job is need to be done or with whom it needs to be done. Axiata Group Berhad is one of the leading companies in the telecommunication industry. Therefore, their job requirement has changed from time to time. Before this, they don't need employees with a strong technology knowledge, but in this era, technology has become one of the important parts in our life since they help us a lot in is our day-to-day tasks. Before this, customer service or promoter of Axiata Group Berhad doesn't need a strong technology knowledge, okay, as because they are handling everything manually. But in this era, everything is based on technology. Okay, since Axiata Group Berhad also practicing to reduce the usage of paper, so they need someone that is really strong in technology, as because everything that they are doing is based on technology. This is the important part that show why job analysis is very important. The importance of job analysis is to ensure that the company provides candidate with the informations about the job. Okay, and through the job's description and job specifications, it will help HR team in selecting the candidates. Next, we move into recruitment and selection process. Okay, depending on the organizational structure, selection procedure, type of operations, and other factors, the recruiting process may differ from one company and the other companies. Any well-planned recruiting process, on the other hand, should assist the hiring team in finding the suitable applicant. Okay, Axiata Group Berhad use a 7-step recruitment process that help them to find and attract candidates. The first step that they are using is identifying the hiring needs. Axiata Group Berhad has their own requirement for every positions that they have. Okay, usually before advertising any vacancy, Axiata Group Berhad will identify job requirement, skills, and knowledge, and also experience. Next step is prepare the job descriptions. Okay, once they manage to gather all information about the job, okay, Axiata Group Berhad will be able to identify the skills, knowledge, and experience that are needed to fill up the positions. Okay, Axiata Group Berhad will prepare job description that they will attach when they post the vacancies. The job description will help them to find a suitable or attract a suitable applicants. Job description also will provide candidates with the information about the positions that they would like to apply. Okay, and to let the candidates know the required skills, knowledge, and experience that the company is looking. The third step that has been used by Axiata Group Berhad is devise the current strategy. There are a few strategies that has been considered by Axiata Group Berhad in order to attract or retain the potential candidates. The job advertisement by Axiata Group Berhad is really outstanding compared to the other companies. The job description that they advertise are full with all of the information needed by the candidates. Okay, not just posting an ads on the hiring website. Axiata Group Berhad also will advertise the vacancy on their own social media and also company websites. Once the job have been advertised, okay, then there are a few number of candidates have been applied for the vacancy. Okay, then the next step will be screening our shortlisted candidates. Okay, in this process, okay, Axiata Group Berhad HR team will sort and go through all of the applicants' profile. They will separate the candidates that are not potentially meeting their requirements and those who are actually meet their requirements. Okay? And those candidates who fit most of their requirements will be shortlisted and will be proceed to the next step. Those candidates who has been shortlisted will be proceed to the next step, which is the interviewing process. Okay, in this process, okay, Axiata Group Berhad will check or dig more in regards to the candidate's experience and skill in order to see either this candidate is really fit for the positions that they apply or not. Okay, then a few requirements such as attitude, ethic, and problem-solving skills will be overview in this process. Once the interviewing process has done, okay, the next step will be to make an offer. But before Axiata Group Berhad make an offer to any candidate, they will do a few checking such as background checks, police checks, or record checks. Okay, so if the candidate pass all of these three checks, then only they will make an offer. The last selection process that has been practiced by Axiata Group Berhad will be employee onboarding. Okay, usually in this step, okay, their department head will have a one-to-one sessions with their new employee where they will explain about the job skills required and also their new employees' responsibility. Okay, this is to ensure that their employee can give a 101% focus when they are doing their jobs. Okay, not just that, they also will provide a training and other resources that may fit or needed by their new employees.
Decision making. When it's come to making decision about candidate, it's necessary to understand the nature of organization and the job being staffed. Organizations that have strong culture and heavy need for customer service might put a stronger emphasis on candidate personality and values. For a job with a stronger technical emphasis, it makes more sense to evaluate candidate on the basis of demonstrated knowledge and skill, to ensure your final decision is as objective as possible. Decision making are strongly encouraged to focus their attention on objective, standardized assignment tool and decision making aid as much as possible for important decisions like hiring. However, check hiring criteria to make sure your top choice closely match the job requirement originally identified for the role. But in this method, decision making that can be used to narrow down the list of applicants to smaller group to advance in selection process from applicant to candidate to finalist.
This one of the method can be used in decision making. First, random selection. Random selection can be a decision based on good reasoning. However, there is not always a justifiable reason for hiring one person over another. For example, in the very final stage of recruitment, you may be left with a selection of equally good enough candidates without one of them being clear best hire. Wasting time and resources by endlessly deliberating over which individual to hire can be prevented through random selection. It can be advantage to be quick. However, with random selection, the applicant cannot be accused for favoritism. Everyone can have a chance to be selected, but it's always worthwhile to find a reason to justify why hire is optimal. Random selection can help organizations avoid fruitless deliberation, particularly in the later stage of recruitment. Second ranking. Based on the result of discretionary evaluation, the finalists are arranged from the better one to the least ranking. It's important to note that a good applicant should be viewed in the context of the entire selection process. The highest ranking candidate after random selection will be shortlisted for interview. It can make recruiter easier to hire and easily to compare with other candidates. The advantage for this ranking, when the first choice candidate withdraw their offer position, the others candidate in the ranking can be backup candidates. Third grouping. There are three groups which is a choice, acceptable, last resort. This method is allowed to choose among candidates and avoid the need assign different rank to each person. From this grouping, go through how suitable the offer position with those candidates. Human resource can tell how important it is to ensure that a new recruit is a fit for organizations. Method of decision making involve determine who will receive a job offer from among those who have passed the initial hurdle. Several methods of making decision were reviewed, including the random selection, ranking, and regrouping. Each has advantage and disadvantage. One of the final method is employment contract. Documentation, the selection process, and the final hiring decision should be complete prior to any offer of employment, verbal or written. In the event of agreement or other action result from the hiring process, comparison of applicant developed and noted after an offer are generally not admissible in supporting the final decision. Emphasizing the essential requirement from establish a legally binding employment contract. Employment contract occur both internal and external recruitment. To face the new hire into his job is vital to deliver appropriate technique for orienting and socializing the newcomer. It's crucial to understand the elements that compose a legally enforceable contract and be able to identify the parties to the contract.
My part is suggestion for improving recruitment and selection practice. After the review, the company history and recruitment and selection process, it is very well understood that Axiata does not follow the same traditional approach which is being followed by every firm. The recruitment and selection process of the company has been observed a very long process, and the reason behind this is the nature of the product or service is requirable a name and benefit for being part of the firm. As the recruitment and selection process is a lengthy process which include almost 6 steps, starting from CV scanning, which is the first step, where the second is writing test, oral interview is the third step, second interview is the fourth step, third step is the presentation of case study solution, and the sixth step is selecting the most preferable according to management. Axiata should always encourage to hire the fresh candidate, but do not forget the needs of the existing employer, thus offering the vacant position to the internal staff is also essential. If the company is processing such a late process for recruiting, then the result should be on the merit based rather preference based. The firm should adopt new ways of recruiting such as discovery the talent on the social media network. The firm must learn the art for posting a perfect job description. Thus, there is no doubt that Axiata is a multinational of Malaysia, but a proper job description which summarizes the company detail, job opening, role must have negotiable responsibility, perk and benefit, and a motivating and not is necessary to allow every individual to apply for it. Posting that only students from the Malaysian University can only apply is nothing but unfairness and spoiling of the reporting company name. The firm should start hiring for the attitude and for the skill rather for the higher degree level, but is today era there are majority of candidates who have applied of skill and talent but not the degree, but degree never limit the intelligence. Second, staffing strategy. The onboarding process should be adequately planned because it is essential for new hires. Thus, first few must be considered curricular and shaping a new employer into higher age and committed staff member. So, overall, this suggestion conclude that Axiata keep on improving their recruitment and selection technique because with time near technology remain same and not the candidate intelligent.
Assalamualaikum and hi, my name is Azim Azwan. For my part, I will present about suggestion for improving recruitment and selection process for Axiata Group Management. There are several suggestions for improving recruitment and selection process for Axiata Group Management that I would like to present today. The first one is performance. Our personal performance is influenced by our subordinates. Employees with the appropriate abilities will perform better for the organizations and the owner. Employees who lack these talents or who are abrasive will not perform well, and the company performance will suffer significantly. As a result, there is a time for Axiata Group organizations to screen out undesirable and select the best and most qualified individual who can contribute to the company's success. The second part is take into account previous candidates. When Axiata Group personnel are hiring for positions, there are usually a few good prospects that don't make the cut due to time or other circumstances. Consider revisiting the resume of previous application when you are recruiting for a similar positions. These individuals are already familiar with your organizations and may have acquired new skills and expertise since your last conversations.
The third one is be on the lookout for inside hire. Prior to soliciting employee suggestion or posting a job description, seek for individuals who can be promoted from within and then invite current employees to apply. The next part is recruiting on a college or university campus. One of the most effective methods to make Axiata Group visible to a potential prospect is to recruit on campus. Colleges are brimming with energetic and fresh talents who are enthusiastic about their profession and dedicated to it. Connect with university and college to join their placement cells. The next one is referral program for employees. Another approach for Axiata Group to find top individuals with potential and excitement is through employee referrals. Setting up a recommendation program for your staff is another approach to keep them pleased. With each successful reference that your worker make, you may reward them. Is psychology test. Testing is the next stage in the technique details above. Most larger business that can afford to have a more true and accurate hiring process use some type of employment testing. Smaller business typically forego exams in favor of relying heavily on the interview. Psychology test is a good option for Axiata Group organizations. The next part is competition on the internet. One of the most essential sources for employment has been digital media. Axiata Group can also use these post-jobs ads and conduct online skill tests for potential candidates. They can demonstrate their skill set and potential by taking online examinations. To sum it up, the hiring process should be designed to attract top talent to your Axiata Group organizations. Safeguarding excellent personnel means securing the future of your firm. Showcase your firm in such a way that prospects consider it as a once in a lifetime chance. Remember, you're aiming to market your brand to high potential applicants. When it comes to applying the correct recruitment methods, be knowledgeable and considerate.
In conclusion, the recruiting and selection strategies could be an effective investment for organizations as they enhance individual performance by adding persons with high potential and motivation to a company and presenting them with the ability to succeed.